Hello, everyone, and welcome to this recording. Me is Magnus Larsson, and I just is right now finished a event here in Milton Keynes in UK, where we have roughly 200 people today, and it was very good. Now, one of the things I want to share with you is the slides I presented today to give you a bigger understanding how things are working and what's going on, etc., etc. So let's get started. And here's the thing: we speak to a lot of people every day, and many people we speak over their heads, if you know what I mean with that. I mean, there's a various people who have different understanding on what is crypto, what's happening. Not everyone is what we call a crypto expert or very novice. So we need to start catching up to these people. And you will understand during the presentation today what I mean with that. Because right here also in UK, for example, a lot of people are in and participating, but they have no understanding actually what they're part of. So this presentation is just merely to make people understand a little bit better on what kind of industry we are working with regarding to blockchain and crypto industry. So the first thing I want to do now, before presenting the whole POP ecosystem, I want to speak about the blockchain and the crypto industry itself. Okay, if we're looking today in the global market, these are fresh numbers from June or July 2025. Currently, there are 562 million people around the world who holds crypto today, meaning that at least they have a wallet and have some crypto in it, various amounts, various different tokens. But we need to understand that in the world today, we are over 8.2 billion people. So if you take 562 through 8.2, give us a percentage of 6.85% of the world population holds crypto. Something tells me this is also an amount of people who understands crypto, or at least have an understanding a little bit. Those are the ones who holds crypto. But the interesting fact is there's over 241,700 crypto millionaires in the world. And this number, ladies and gentlemen, I can tell you, this will be quadrupled very soon. Why? I will come to that. Let's continue to speak about the facts. You know, cryptocurrency market size, the key statistics is this. The total market cap of the whole cryptocurrency is over 3.98 trillion US dollars in 2025. This was based from June. Currently, they are trading over $144.5 billion in different cryptocurrencies. But also, there is over 18,086 different cryptocurrency out there. So you can understand it's not easy to find the right one or which one is have a future, which one is, yeah, you know how I mean with that. But when we're speaking about the number 3.98 trillion US dollars, that's a big number and no one can really grasp how big is it. So let's do a comparison and see where we fit in with the crypto industry right now. So let's take a look at the silver market size. I mean, there's a lot of silver around the world trading and so on, and the total market cap size is $2.5 trillion. I would say after that, we have a crypto market size of 3.98 trillion. And if you're looking, for example, oil and gas have a market size of $7.2 trillion, which is massive, of course. And then we can look at the gold markets, since the recent raise last year and so on. They have reached $25 trillion in market size. And of course, we can also take in here financial service market size is $36.1 trillion. It's a big numbers everywhere, but now you have an understanding where crypto is at the moment in market size. But this is just the beginning, I will tell you. Even if you know and have crypto understanding, a lot of people doesn't know. But many people read in mainstream media, and you have probably heard about the crypto bull run. This is a phenomenon that actually achieves every 4th year. And normally it's because of Bitcoin halving and everything. That means the reward of mining Bitcoin gets to half. And that's why it's pushing up the price, because the miners need to make money, and that's how it works. But I have something very interesting to share with you right now. Do you know what we have ahead of us at the moment? I can tell you, it's one of the biggest ever crypto bull run coming around the corner. You know, I will share with you what this comes from. It's not taken from air, it's actually statistic. Look at this. You can also see, for example, different media from Binance Square. The biggest bull run in crypto history has begun. Crypto biggest bull run is incoming. When will the crypto market bull run begin in 2025? Biggest crypto bull run in history is about to ignite. All this is coming. And there is a reason why people know it's coming. And I will share with you here. So if you take a look at this graph, this is from Bitcoin. And like I said, every 4th year, when they're halving the reward on crypto mining for Bitcoin, there is a bull run coming. So 2013 was the first real bull run. Bull run means you have consecutive days, the price just keep going up, going up, going up, and going up. And you hit the magic times before the bear market, when it goes down, comes into play. So 2013, there was a bull run. Next one, 4 years later, 2017, a bull run. And 2021 was our last bull run right now. You can see there's 4 years exactly between each one. And there was a really, really big bull run in 2021. Now, if we're adding 4 more years to the next one, where do we end up? Well, it should be 2025, right? So this is something we have to look forward to. It can start a little bit late, but it can continue all over next year and so on. We don't know. But here's the thing. Why is this the biggest ever crypto bull run? I will share with you here and now. First of all, in 2021, the last bull run, the inflow of capital, the money, was strictly coming from retail investors like you and me. And still, we managed to pull in over $3 trillion capital into cryptocurrency. And that is based, as I said, on private citizens. Now, the game has totally changed. Why? This time, institutional and Wall Street money is here. So do you know how much inflow it will come this time on the bull run? No one knows. But you can only imagine, if we as a retail investor manage to do 3 trillion, if institutional and Wall Street money is here, oh my goodness, there could be anything. Not only that, another big thing has happening in the history as well. Now they have a US president who is pro-crypto, creating National Digital Asset Reserve. We'll have a target in the next 5 years that we're going to have 1 million Bitcoins. Not only that, when the USA doing things, many other countries follow. You can see even in Sweden, in any other countries, now they start buying Bitcoin and putting into reserves as well, not to fall out. Because if you are not into crypto right now, you're falling behind. And this goes for everyone who sees this presentation. How have you prepared yourself for the upcoming bull run, for example? But here's the thing. The US president, pro-crypto, very good. Now, the biggest financial institutions like JP Morgan, BlackRock, big companies like Google, Tesla, PayPal, everyone is going now into crypto. And this is going to generate even more inflow of cash into the crypto industry. And here comes the kicker. And this is taken not out of context. This is going to happen. The lawmakers is now pushing the SEC, the Security Exchange Commissioner, to open up for the $12.1 trillion in the Americans' 401k, which is their pension plan money, into crypto. Imagine $12.1 trillion into crypto plus Wall Street and institutional money. You can only imagine why we call this the biggest ever bull run. Now, everything will happen in one way or another, that's for sure. If you take it back, if I showed you this one before, right? Now imagine now we come in with a crypto bull run with a 401k, we have institutional and Wall Street money, at least you will see this happen. It will pass oil and gas market size for sure. Will it challenge gold? I don't know. No one really knows, but you can only imagine how much inflow just based on this information. And I haven't even counting that, as I said, right now it's 6.8% of the world population holds crypto. What happens if the numbers go even higher? We're getting 10% of the people in the world holds crypto, 15, 20%. You can see the market size of crypto has just begun, and it will go bigger, bigger, and bigger. So again, question, how have you positioned yourself in the upcoming crypto bull run? Now, through our POP ecosystem, we want to present to you a wealth building strategy, because not everyone is crypto friendly. They don't even know how to get crypto sometimes. Now, in our strategy, you can participate in staking, in mining, getting tokens and different tokens, and we also have connected everything with an exchange. Now, going back to speak about the POP ecosystem, let me continue to share you why I believe so hard in POP's ecosystem, because it creates synergy effect of the whole thing. And if you're going to have a good company, especially in the crypto industry, what we are working with something really good, you need to have a strong ecosystem to support the value and growth of all tokens. Now, take a look. We have our ecosystem. Let's start about Pop Social. It's a Web3 community platform powered by AI. And here's things. A lot of people today spend time and energy and creating a lot of money for centralized companies like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. They're spending hours giving them away all our content without getting anything back. With Pop Social, we will become a reward-based Web3 version of TikTok and Telegram. When people spend time and energy or sharing, liking, do different things, drive traffic to Pop Social, you will get rewarded in tokens. This is how the new economy will look like. Not only that, moving on to the next one of the trailblazers in Web3 short video platform is BETV. It will transform every short reel or clip you're doing into an NFT. And every time you do that, you need to mint the NFT on the blockchain, which is running on PopChain. So it creates more transactions. I spoke to a lot of people asking, do you do reels every day? So yeah, I do reels every day. I do it on TikTok, I do it on Instagram, I do it on Facebook. Okay, do you get paid for it? No. But here's the kicker. In BETV, every time you create a reel, you're getting paid in their own native token, which make it incentivized why more and more people will join in and using BETV platform, because every time they create a short video, they're getting rewarded. This is a winning concept that makes perfect sense in our ecosystem. And then we have our Punkverse. I mean, this is the Web3, Web2 bridge from the real world trendy collectibles and Web3 digital assets. At current stage, I think there's around 46 locations around China, mostly around malls in China. We have different locations where people can go inside. They pay an entrance fee. They get to rent a virtual reality glasses. They can play games. They can go in the jungle. They can do different things inside there. It's very, very popular, and roughly each location have estimate around 100,000 visitors per month. And only on the entrance fee, you can imagine how much funds that generates. Not only that, when they pay the entrance fee, they also get kindly like an NFT, which they can redeem and get PPT and all these kind of things. Here's the thing. The first one outside of China is open up in Ho Chi Minh City in Vietnam. More is coming. We have Singapore, we have Dubai, and more locations will come after that. This is a huge thing and a very trendy thing that grows bigger and bigger all the time. Here's the other nice thing with this one. This, our mother company, which is Punk Code, will be a future listing on NASDAQ. When I say future listing, it's already next year the IPO will start. They already have the listing. If you go and search for PKCD, You can see this already pre-listed on NASDAQ, but the trading won't start until next year. And here's another thing what the company is planning to do. You know, RAW, real world asset. So what happened is they will tokenize the shares on NASDAQ into tokens, so everyone can participate. Even if you don't have a broker, you don't account, you don't have the knowledge how to trade stocks, you can still participate by having this as tokenized asset in your wallet. So there's a lot of good things happening in our ecosystem. Next up is, of course, PPT. The POP social token is the fuel and value backbone of the entire POP ecosystem. It powers staking, rewards, and demands grows as more projects like PopMac, Pop Social, PopX, Punkverse, everything uses rewards as incentives and participation, making it central to both utility and long-term token value. Next up is, of course, PopMax. This has been our flagship for a very long, where a lot of people have this as entry point, how to start and come into the POP ecosystem. We all know that this has been the growth engine in the whole ecosystem. So what happened here is that people have possibility to take part of staking. Let's go in and talk a little bit more about the staking part. For example, the PopMax staking reward is that you can choose today to go in with 100% of USDT when you're staking, or another currency we call PUSD, which is our official stable token, our own blockchain. What you do is when you go into staking, you choose a contract, everything from 10, 30, 90, or 180 days. Daily staking reward from 0.4 all the way up to 0.8% daily. Daily reward, remember this. Each time you will receive a reward, it will be paid out to something called your yield pool, which you will see in your decentralized application. This yield pool, you have two options, of course. You can keep your funds there, or you can choose to withdraw. When you withdraw from this yield pool, there's a 10% withdrawal fee. This 10% is nothing the company take or anything. No, this 10% is distributed the following way. 50% goes back to the yield pool and pay interest for those who keep their funds in the yield pool. So in this case, it actually becomes a staking reward into the yield pool, and then you get an additional interest here. It's a compounding effect, interest on interest. Additional 40% goes to people who hold nodes into PopMax, and 10% goes to education funds. Now there's different examples because the yield pool have an average, depending on how many people withdraw from the pool and so on. But let's say, in argument's sake, we would think around 0.97% daily into the yield pool, actually paying out more than the normal staking. But this is a moving element because it's depending on withdrawals. But for example, if you have $500 in the pool, and the day after you will receive additional $4.8 who adds on to your pool. If you have $2,000 in the pool, additional 0.979%, give you additional $19.5 extra on top, and that adds on for tomorrow's calculation. This is how it works in the staking rewards. Of course, there's also ways for you to become an affiliate and also invite others to take part of this opportunity. And then we have two different payment plans. We have something called direct referral earnings of 15%. It works very simple. For example, each person you personally refer who staking, you don't get any money paid on their principal what they're staking, but every day they will receive staking rewards that you will have 15% on. So example, you don't get anything on your second level, only on your first level for this bonus, which is 15% for all your personal sponsors. So example, if I have a friend who goes in with $1,000 that I referred, he takes the 0.8% per day. That means he will then get $8 a day for $1,000. I get 15% of his staking rewards, meaning the company will pay me $1.2 every day as long as he's staking. And now you can imagine if you have 5, 10, or 15 friends I put in one line, and you have 15% for everything they earn every day. That's interesting. Then, of course, if you are serious and want to build a whole team, you can also get paid all the way up to 82% additional from your team. Let me share with you how it works exactly. Let's say you're starting today and you will now reach the first rank of P1. This is how it opens up, how you can get paid on your team. When you have a personal staking of $100 yourself, you personally refer 3 people, and then together with the team, you're reaching $30,000 of staking volume. Congratulations, you just reached the rank of P1. That opens up, so you will earn 10% reward on your whole team, infinity depth. Meaning if you have 150 people deep down here who's receiving staking rewards every day, you will get 10% of that. And then for you to move to the next one called P2 rank, you need to do the following. You need to help 2 people in your team reach P1 in 2 separate legs, like this, P1, P1. Then you will become P2, and then it increases, so suddenly you have from 10% to 19% in reward. Now, for P2, you need to stake $200. You need to have 2 P1 members set in 2 separate legs like this. Then you have 19%, but with a big difference. You know, your team members here who becomes P1 actually taking 10% of your 19. So there you only earn 9% from their team and down. Same here. But over here, we have one guy that has not reached P1, meaning you have 19% of all his team until someone reach, for example, P1 rank. This is interesting. You can, of course, open up more legs. You can sponsor 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 people if you wish to. And this is what we call an open line, where there's no P1 breaking off. You have 19% plus the personal you referred additional 15%. Now, if you take an example, we take, for example, that you reach the rank of P4, means you have minimum 2 P3 here, then you become P4. But if you're focusing on this part, we will call open line, you can earn 37% of the whole team's staking reward every day. So, for example, you can have earnings from, let's see here, it's a typo, sorry for that. But yes, there's a lot of money to be made in people's rewards, not from people's principal. You have to remember one thing in staking. Whatever people put in as principal, that's their money. After the staking period ends, the money goes back to them. So there's nothing that company takes in. So this is also very good. We're only getting paid on people's rewards. That's very interesting. Now, moving on to the next part, Nivex. We're going back to the ecosystem and speak about Nivex. This is very interesting part. It's a centralized crypto exchange that's launched in 2024 that we your sponsor who referred you this video, for example, to get a link to sign up into Nivex. Then you have the possibility to also participate and get discounts when you're trading yourself. For example, they also have something called NX Right, which is a launch pad, which is very interesting as we also have our own blockchain. We're using a collaboration with Nivex and helping more and more using our blockchain and launch through Nivex. They also have an airdrop platform, and the more you participate in Nivex in different ways, you also will receive different airdrops in the future. One other part is that we're talking about multiple income opportunities here. PopMax is, for example, staking, that's one part. But number 2 is actually that you can become an affiliate in Nivex. It's like having your own exchange, and your friends and people, they need to have somewhere where they can exchange their crypto. So Nivex is a way where you can start earning commission every time someone doing, for example, we call spot trading, they're trading futures, they're following different AI strategy bots, they do copy trading, arbitrage, swap, everything in there you will earn. If you're thinking now, there's 6.8% of the world population today who has crypto. I think this number will double up in the next few years. Everyone needs to have one exchange minimum. Why not in Nivex? And why not you refer people in here? Then you mean getting paid day after day, week after week, month after year, and forward. Because there are different commissions you can get in here, but you don't do much. You just refer people, and the Nivex will take care of all your customers and everything, and you just getting paid normal. This is a really, really good opportunity. Now, going back into the ecosystem, we come back to PopX. This is one of the smartest thing I've seen in the whole ecosystem, because we have everything in here. We have our own blockchain, we have our own central exchange, we have different things here. But we need an incubator to actually attract more people from the Web3 space who might have very good ideas how to build a big company or project, but the lack of funding, the lack of maybe they don't have anywhere to go. We have a launch platform. We have everything here for anyone to come in. So PopX is an incubator fund where we're helping upcoming Web3 projects with good ideas that the vetting and so on, then we will bring it into our ecosystem and help and launch. And this is beneficial for all of us in the whole ecosystem. And then the final part is this, of course, the jewel, the crown jewel of everything is our own PopChain. This creates multiple opportunities for all of us. Let's see what we have to say on the next page. So for example, in PopChain, you can go in today and check our Explorer, the PopChain Explorer with the scan.popchain.ai. There you can see all transactions happening right now in the PopChain. Also, you can go into CoinMarketCap, because in PopChain, we have our own native token called Pop. Pop is used for, number one, is of course gas fees or transaction fees in our own chain. Every project or company using our chain need to have Pop token to pay the gas fees. Normally, what we are used to in this company was to use Binance chains. That means that we have to have BNB in our wallet. Now, with our own chain, we need Pop in our wallets. And you can only imagine people now, for example, participating in BETV. I think it's going to be millions and millions of people creating reels every day and minting their NFT. That means all of them need to have Pop token in their wallets. So this is just the beginning, and you can see the price already. And when I did the screenshot, and up today, I think it's 1.53 cents per Pop. I think it will continue to go up because it's a good buying power. Now, let's take a look on this short video.
PopChain is the technological engine of the ConnectFi era, a sovereign public chain born for the new world, leading the paradigm shift in Web3 infrastructure. It bridges users, content, identity, and data to build an on-chain order truly owned by creators, developers, and value contributors. This is not just a content revolution, it's a fundamental reshaping of Web3 consensus. On PopChain, every on-chain action, from deployment, collaboration, and transactions to creation and governance, becomes part of your identity, forming a sustainable behavior-based economic network. In August 2025, the PopChain mainnet will officially launch, along with its native decentralized exchange PopSwap and cross-chain bridge PopBridge, accelerating the closure of a fully interoperable ecosystem loop. With a modular architecture, content asset engine, reputation system, and full-stack developer tooling, PopChain supports large-scale Web3 applications across DerFi, Social FI, Game FI, RWA, and AI-driven creation networks. Mainnet node subscription and multi-level incentive programs and support it's participating in the construction of a new digital civilization. In the future, PopChain will continue expanding its global ecosystem, building a sovereign blockchain system centered on identity and behavioral consensus, empowering token holders with real governance and value-sharing rights.
Right, sorry for that. I don't know really what happened there with the video, but that's how technology works. Sometimes it doesn't work always in favor. Now, moving on to speak about PopChain itself can create their own ecosystem as well. Because right now, they're onboarding BETV, PopX, Punkverse, PopSocial, Nivex, and something called Luma protocol. Let's focus a little bit on the last part here called Luma protocol, which just now have opened up a major opportunity for all of us to participate. You know, I speak to a lot of people, they say, what happened to PopMax? Yeah, but Pop ecosystem is all part. PopMax is one part of the whole Pop ecosystem. Luma protocol is also part of our ecosystem through PopChain. And actually, let's take a short look. I hope the video works this time, because here it comes.
In the development of digital civilization, every iteration of resources has profoundly rewritten the financial system. Gold was once a symbol of wealth and power. Oil ignited the engine of the Industrial Revolution. Data has initiated the wave of the information economy. And today, we are standing at a new crossroads. Decentralized finance has also undergone 3 evolutions. DeFi 1.0, liquidity leasing, relying on high token subsidies. It brought a brief period of prosperity, but rapidly withered due to the unsustainable model of mining, selling, cashing out. DeFi 2.0, attempting to break through Trocal self-held liquidity, POL. However, due to the lack of a real value anchor, it has fallen into financial idleness. The market has proved that without the support of real assets, all prosperity is just a mirage. Thus, a more value-based and sustainable DeFi 3.0 era is on the verge of emerging. The mission of DeFi 3.0 is to return to the essence of value. In the era of digital economy, the most core real asset is precisely hash power. It is the fuel of artificial intelligence and the security anchor of blockchain. It is also the underlying energy source for the metaverse and future industries. However, over 80% of high-performance hash power is still monopolized by a few giants, making it impossible for ordinary people to participate. The mission of Luma protocol is to break the monopoly, assetize and financialize hash power. Let it become a global dividend that everyone can participate in. Luma protocol, jointly incubated by PopChain and Nivex, it is the world's first DeFi 3.0 aggregated hash power platform. It is not only a protocol, but also the core engine of the Pop ecosystem. Here, $100 can enter the hash power market and share the dividends that should belong to the giants. Behind it lies a complete Pop collaboration. PopChain offers DID identity and a social finance foundation. Nivex offers a global trading and derivatives market. PopX Fund provides capital and internationalization support. PopSocial bring huge users and traffic. Punkverse is moving towards the US stock market, achieving equal rights for cryptocurrency and stocks. BDV brings about real hash power demands through immersive entertainment applications. This 3-dimensional support from funds, traffic to the capital market, let Luma be more than just a protocol. Rather, it is the growth engine of the entire ecosystem. The advantages of Luma can be unfolded from 3 aspects. Technical aspect, the world's first platform to aggregate hash power through the DeFi 3.0 model. At the ecological level, it is not an isolated project, but a key project for the full stack collaboration of Pop. At the capital level, integrating the passive exchanges, public chains, funds, applications, and capital markets, it brings multi-dimensional value spillover. This means that Luma not only enables users to enjoy the dividends of computing power, but also, through capital synergy, reaps a higher wealth effect. In the past, DeFi 1.0 failed rapidly due to overdrawn subsidies. DeFi 2.0 is idling due to the lack of real value. The mission of DeFi 3.0 is to make real assets the cornerstone of the financial system. In the future, hash power will become a production resource that everyone can participate in, just like oil and electricity. Luma protocol is the key to unlocking this new era. It is not only the value hub of PopChain, but also the growth engine of NIVEX and the common support of the entire POP ecosystem. Join Luma, you are not merely participating in an agreement. It is even standing at the peak of the times go and share the dividends of the next wealth migration. Luma Protocol, ushering in a new era of DeFi 3.0 hash power finance.
So, coming back to this point, actually, what is hash power mining? Maybe, like I said, you have different understanding whatsoever. I can tell you in 2019, I bought 2 mining rigs to put at my own home. It was going 24/7, and after the first month, the electric bill come. Oh my goodness, it was over 2,000 euro in electricity, and whatever I managed to get at that time was not even worth the 2,000 euro. Little I knew at that time, I have to sell it in order to cover the bill, right? But this is the part where we have to understand, whatever you're doing when we're mining, meaning you will every time receive more and more and more rewards. And at the time, the price of whatever you're mining might go up higher and higher and higher. So in that case, I'm actually mining Bitcoin through another way, but Bitcoin was not too much at that time. So I thought, oh, we didn't get anything, right? And another problem with you running your own mining rigs at home is, for example, the sound. Take a look at this.
You may have heard the sound of music. Well, this is the sound of mining, and boy, is it beautiful. Do you guys hear that? That is the sound of hashes being hashed and Bitcoin being stacked. This is absolutely awesome. Crypto mining for life.
Yeah, so you can imagine that sound from, in my case, I had 2 mining rigs, and this guy has a lot more. So there's a lot of sound and a lot of electricity. Now, we have evolved in this segment. We don't need to buy your own mining machines and have at home. These days, you can actually buy simple method. Buying hash power is like electricity. So the more hash power you control, the higher your reward will be. And again, I will emphasize, you don't need to have any mining machines at home. It will all be handled for you. You only need to do is to buy hash power through, for example, Luma protocol. Now, Luma is actually co-created together with PopChain and NIVEX. There is a big opportunity here right now where you actually can buy Luma hash power with POP token. The only entry way to get into Luma is to buy hash power with POP token. And with that, every day you will generate Luma tokens. Now, there's a very cool system set up for Luma. Currently, there is 210 million tokens in Luma. That's the finite supply of the Luma. But they are using a way where, for example, I'm buying Luma hash power with POP token. I keep my Luma. Every day I receive Luma. I keep it. And then you can see the price of Luma is actually going up. Since the launch, which was, by the way, only 8 days ago from this recording, you can see here from 0.05, it went straight up to 0.51. And remember, after 8 days, this is just the beginning. We don't know how far up it will go. But the key is here, no one can buy Luma. You can only mine it through the Luma hash power. This is make it very interesting. When you then have enough Luma, you feel, okay, I want to cash out right now. What happens is you will then swap it back into POP token. Then whatever Luma you just swapped in, the company will take 55% of your token after you swapped it and burn it. They will continue to burn 55% from everything you are swapping out or cashing out, and only 45% goes back to the pool. They will actually reduce the supply from 210 million down to 21 million tokens. Same algorithm as Bitcoin has, 21 million. So you can imagine the scarcity model, when lesser and lesser token every day, they will burn 55% for every people who withdraw from Luma. This is a very interesting and very aggressive model, but will make a lot of people a lot of money. This is not a full introduction or presentation about Luma. I just want to give you a hint on what this protocol can do for us. So this is just merely presenting this part. Now, before I will show you one more video, a little bit shorter, just to understand how the big of this hash power industry is. Remember, before we had to buy heavy machines with a lot of sound and a lot of electricity. Now, so simple, you can go into Luma, just buy hash with Pop, and they will handle everything. So let's take a look at this in the world today.
AI is growing quickly, but the biggest problem is not coming up with new ideas. It's getting access to computing power. High-performance servers cost a lot of money, are centralized, and are not accessible to most people. This means that the AI boom is not open to most people. Luma changes that. You can own, trade, or stake GPUs, storage, and bandwidth on-chain. Luma connects real computing power to real value with a 50% insurance pool to protect users and token burns to keep the supply low and the value high. Join Luma and be a part of the next great era of DeFi. Start right now.
This is just to give you an idea about Luma. It's actually very fast, and a lot of people like the excitement. And like I said, it's going fast with the value growing up. So a lot of people ask, oh, what do you think will happen to the price of Luma? Well, I heard a lot of different things. No one can really know, but the way they have structured it, it can go up 100x from here. They can go up even more, even higher. But there's no guarantees. You never know when it comes to crypto. But the potential on the way to have structured it, the more people joining, the bigger and faster it will go, and we can all participate already now. Remember, this launched 8 days ago. We still are so early, and I never been myself in a position where I can participate in something so early and take a big gain on it. Another thing, for example, my personal self have been into crypto since 2015. I just wish I was smarter back then and understood more what I know today about crypto. Because you remember BNB that we have in our wallet to log in PopMax. That's the Binance Chain's own native token for transaction fees. You know, in 2017, that means I was in crypto already 2 years, they launched, where you had an ICO where you could buy BNB for 0.15 cent. If I knew what I knew today, of course I will invest, but who knew? There was so much going on and so little information to understand. But just take thinking like this. If you just invested $1,000 in 2017 in BNB, you will get then 6,666 BNB. Let's say you kept it in your wallet and you didn't look at it at all. Today, you log into your BNB wallet and see your 6,666 BNB with the current value of $970 would mean your value has increased from $1,000 to $6,466,000. Okay, this is a fairy tale, we all know, but if you're comparing BNB to our own ecosystem, we have more things, more like a DeFi 3.0 with Luma. This is something totally different. We have the potential to be equally big as BNB. I'm not saying we're going to surpass them, nothing like that. I'm just saying we have better preparation than they had. They were cheap and they were first. That has been their biggest success. We are here to be more perfect. We are seeing what the previous mistakes have been. They have reoffended, and now we're launching Luma, which will be a perfect match. So I think this is it. This is my last slide for now. Just imagine of this slide I'm showing you here. Imagine if you yourself today put in $1,000 into Luma, or whatever amount you want to put in. You will participate and get Lumas every day in hash power. And after, I'm not saying you have to wait 8 years like a BNB. Let's say you just wait 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, and you will say, thank you. for pointing me in the right direction. Don't take my word for it. Do your own due diligence. I'm just seeing what I'm seeing. I am participating because this is part of our POP ecosystem. And in the future, they will open up more and more opportunities. So be prepared. More things are coming, but you're just starting. All right. So thank you for this, a short presentation. I hope you got a little bit more information. And of course, I did not do a full presentation of Luma because, like I said, it's only been rounding up for a week, and I have not been able to have the full presentation for myself. But as soon as I have all the information around it, I will share it with you. So with that, I say thank you and have a great day. See you soon. Bye-bye.